Okay. Okay. So again, thank you all for joining us today. As I said, before starting the recording, this is the chance not only to share with all of you the latest updates about the movement, but more specifically to speak about what we have done in the last few months and what we plan to do in the next few months to turn humans into a more consistent community of activists. Without further ado, I would like to leave the floor to our co-president, Mark Capato, that will provide an introduction to the meeting, and then Alice, Lorenzo, Liuba, and I will provide you with other updates on the movement's activities, and it will be followed by a showcase of the new platforms for keeping constantly in touch with other humans. But please, Marco, take the floor.
Thank you very much, Francesco, and thank you to you and to all the one that with you worked to make this step possible. Of course, we don't have illusions on the fact that to create a movement and a movement capable of action on the ground, you can do this only through a platform or internet connection. You need also the real world. But at the same time, we think that humans in the last months reached a point of involvement of physical activities on the ground, not just in Italy, but in a more consistent way also in Brussels, in Paris, in Madrid, so that now we think that to use as much as possible also a digital platform of cooperation for activism can be necessary. So this is why we had a lot of discussions and studies of which kind of platform could have been the best for this aim. And at the end, our choice fallen into the Discord choice, because in a way combines the functionalities of a messaging platform, but at the same time a discussion and possibility of having meetings and so on. So this is why this presentation of this evening for us is very important. We are perfectly aware that it is not enough to decide to use a tool, then you have to be present there. You have to keep it alive, and starting from those who are working daily with directive responsibilities, or anyway as a full-time effort in the activity of humans. So we know that it is not enough to explain how a platform works, and the crucial thing that we have to build is to make it alive and to keep it alive on a day-by-day basis. So this is why it's very important that this presentation is not only about the technical feature, but also the presentation of at which point are we in translating the humans' goals in activism activity on the ground.
Thank you very much, Marco. I hope that I, of course, very much agree what you say. The platform is not enough unless there is some interactions on it, and especially unless it becomes the real home for the political discussions and also the activation of humans activists. That said, I would like to leave the floor to Lorenzo Mineo, who might give you an overview of some of the most interesting campaigns that took place in some of the campaigns of Eumans, and especially some of the most interesting initiatives within these uh, campaigns that took place in the last few months. So, Lorenzo, if you would like to take the floor to focus especially on the International Criminal Court and our activities on democracy innovation in Italy. Please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Francesco. I will introduce in a nutshell these two campaigns, on the one hand ICC and the other democratic innovation, then we'll see what we mean by that. But just before I go, I think it's very important to have this meeting, and even these two campaigns that I will introduce can have their proper debate and be reshaped and discussed in the discussion on the Discord platform. So particularly regarding the ICC, you have a dedicated section of the platform, and I will start by that. I think the ICC campaign can be summarized by its two objectives. One, first of all, you must know what is the ICC, the International Criminal Court. So it's the most relevant institution defending human rights against also national power who violates them. So it's an international organism which is intervening when there is a violation in terms of war crimes, in terms of violation of human rights. And this institution is nowadays under attack, particularly after, on the one hand, the arrest warrant issued by Russia against Vladimir Putin in 2023, and under attack also by the United States after the arrest warrant issued by the ICC against Benjamin Netanyahu, and Gallant is Minister of Justice, of Defense. This framework is important because precisely because of the intervention of the ICC against war crime against Russia on the one hand, against Israel on the other hand. These two countries, Russia and the US, have decided to sanction the court. Meanwhile, the sanctions decided by Russia are judicial, so they are against the judge precisely who issued this arrest warrant. The sanctions decided in February 2025 by Donald Trump, these are economic sanctions, so it has a huge impact also on the everyday life of the court. So judges of the court cannot operate through platforms which are American, of course. You can imagine it means payments platforms like Amazon, but also Visa, MasterCard. So this is part of the issue. And we want the EU to react to that. There is a tool which is called the blocking statute. It's a tool that would provide a shield, basically, for the ICC. So we in the European soil, the ICC could not be touched by those sanctions because companies based in Europe would be obliged not to comply with the sanctions by the US. And so it's a technical tool, but it has a very political and symbolic meaning. That's why the activation of the blocking statute has already been asked by the European Parliament and by many other also national parliament, by the Spanish government, for instance. I'm telling you all this because this is the very first objective of the campaign. The second one is to give the Nobel Prize for Peace in 2026 to the International Criminal Court. Also, this is a very symbolic objective because it's the same objective that Trump is claiming for himself. And this is the very heart of our campaign. Now, apart from the objectives, what we are doing in terms of mobilization, we are doing many different things. We are doing hunger strike, relay fasting. So each day, one activist, and we covered more than 260 people doing this relay fasting all around Europe. So each activist is doing one day in support of these objectives. And also we did demonstration all around Europe in near EU offices, basically. We did, of course, we will have now on July 17 this demonstration in Rome, which is a symbolic place where the ICC was born in 98. And so, yes, this is the more or
July
less the
16,
campaign.
Lorenzo. Not 17, 16.
July 16. I'm sorry because July 17 is International Day of International Justice. So July 16. Sorry, and yes, this is in a nutshell our campaign. Of course, yes, we will put also on the Discord platform all the details about this demonstration on July 16 in Rome. And yes, maybe I can give now the floor also to Liuba, because thanks to her, we organized an event in the Ateneo de Madrid, which is a very important academic institution in Madrid, with the presence of a judge. She will tell us more, but it's just to tell that thanks to our activists, we are trying to be active all around Europe on this campaign. So Liuba, I don't know if you want to integrate something about it.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, I can add something because yeah, for us was a lot of effort and work to organize an event that we wanted to also disseminate this information about the International Criminal Court, about our campaign in Spain. So we organized an event the 25th of June. We brought the judge with the collaboration of No Peace Without Justice. We succeeded in bringing the judge Solomi Bosa from the International Criminal Court here to Spain. She spent a day here with us in Madrid. We had the opportunity to have interviews with the Spanish press, talking about our campaign, talking about the sanctions, and mention our organization, Eumans organization, and as the main organizer. It was organized in an important place, in an important institution for Madrid. That is the Ateneo. Is one of the cultural places and with a political significance, just next to the Congress Palace. We have also the opportunity to during the event to have the two very important people in this field in the international justice. One of them was the MEP Juan Fernando López Aguilar, a Spanish MEP and former Ministry of Justice, that during the event could bring a lot of light on the problems about pushing the European Commission to move forward with the application of this broken statute, and how the Commission is really not hearing anymore even the European Parliament. And the other person invited, the other is Baltasar Garzón, who is most of the more prominent judge here in Spain, and he also uh, spoke deeply about how difficult the situation is, how Donald Trump, Putin, and also the economic system that is centralized in the dollar make us a very in a very difficult, as means Europe in a very difficult situation that brings this impunity around the world. So it was a very interesting event. We were congratulated. Alice was with me, but all the time with the support of all the team. Eumans team, and a lot of effort, and I think we can have new members on board and continue to do what we do, that is activism for bringing society into these big problems that come seems far but are more near than we think.
Thank you very much, both Lorenzo and Luba, for giving an overview of the activities on the International Criminal Court campaign. And I do believe that what Luba and Isaac, I don't think Isaac is connected today, but Luba and Isaac are trying to.
We didn't.
No, but no worries, no worries. I just wanted to mention him also because he also supported a lot of these activities in Madrid, and what the two of you are doing in Madrid is exactly what we would like to see all over Europe. I see that here there are some people that maybe still Italian or not Italian, but live all over the place in Europe. I see someone from Berlin. I mean, there is a model that can be replicated to translate what we're trying to discuss at the pan-European level into more concrete international context. And this is, of course, an invitation to everyone in the call, if they want to replicate the model, also to reach out to Luba and Isaac to better understand how you did that and maybe give some feedback on what can be done at the national level. That said, I'm Francesco Vecchi, as you know, and I've been coordinating the Civic Artificial Intelligence campaign for more than the last year and a half. As you know, the Civic Artificial Intelligence campaign in last year has moved from a petition to the European Parliament to an open campaign for every activist. And in the last few weeks, Marco and I are finalizing the new concrete proposals for this campaign. This campaign has slowly moved from something very specific on artificial intelligence to a broader movement that gathered reflection on how to use technologies to improve democracy and how to translate democratic values within the existing technological infrastructure. I would not go too much into details, but what I can tell you is that we managed to be present in many international events, especially in Brussels, where I'm based, and we're planning to do many other events in autumn. For example, there are here some activists that we help coordinate with the Milan Digital Week. There will be also the Bologna Tech Week in November. There will be the Turin Tech Week again, Digital Week again, and we will also be present at the Internet Governance Forum Italy at the end of October. But at the side, we're also planning to participate in Mozilla Fest in Barcelona, always at the end of October. And let's say that in general, the agenda is getting quite full. And my responsibility would be also to try and find new spaces at international level, at least in Brussels, but also in other countries, to pursue our activities in this campaign. More recently, we joined the EuroDIG. That was a European conference on internet governance, where we managed to bring our points, especially on the public sphere and the digital public sphere, Digital Agora. But we also joined other coalitions, such as the Coalition for a Techno-Democracy, that is developing a constitution for the democracy that is able to use technologies to enhance citizen participation and to enhance and to translate the civic values within the technology itself. And we're also partnering with our organization on specific projects, may them be little projects like the Skelden projects or bigger projects such as Horizon Europe projects. Anyway, I'm luckily supported by a huge community of activists that are helping in several different aspects. And more specifically, from Wednesday, we will also formalize something that was already in place informally, that is the Civic AI Board, meaning a group of activists that has been more consistent in supporting the campaign, more proactive in bringing new energies and ideas, and that will help me in a more formal way to manage several different aspects of the campaign. So if until now I've been in charge of this, now we'll have more activists to work on that. If I can still close with a very quick remark, we will also share with you an updated website for the campaign as soon as possible, because we realize that this is getting a bit bigger than just a landing page. This requires also having a space for publications, having a space for activist engagement, providing smoother access to what the campaign is actually doing. Of course, we will deal with all of that. Finally, we had a very interesting event at the European Parliament on the 9th of June, where we managed to not only present the STOA study. STOA is a study center within the European Parliament on our subjects, so the use of AI for civic participation, but more specifically, we managed to be recognized as a relevant actor in the field. We were co-organizers with the STOA and the office of MEP Brando Benifei, and I think that we are now in the position to officially launch more bolder campaigns than the ones that we did until now. And with campaigns, I mean specific political initiatives. But now, before passing to Discord, I would like to leave the floor to Alice, who has a very interesting news for what concerns Eumans initiatives on end-of-life measures. So please, Alice, take the floor.
Thank you, Francesco, and hi again to everyone. Yes, on June 19th in Barcelona as Eumans, and together with the World Federation of Right to Die Society, directed by Peter Warren, we relaunch a campaign, a European campaign that now is called My Last Right, and for which I want to put here the link of our new platform dedicated on these issues. Everybody can, yeah? Sorry. Yes, okay, it's here. And this is not a new idea, because Eumans started it some years ago, but we took it back and we relaunched it with a clear goal today to have a real impact on the European political debate. Not just to collect signature, but to change the conversation and to bring together the organization, association, and country that believe in this right. And today, as you can see on the website, we have an coalition in 15 organizations from 11 countries standing behind this idea, that it's a simple idea, because today only a few countries in Europe let people choose an assisted death, and if you cross a border, you can lose this right. And this is a basic freedom, should not depend for us on where you live. And our primary political goal is the biggest one, to write the right to do voluntary assisted dying into the Charter of Fundamental Rights of the European Union. But we know that this will be very difficult, and we set it for ourselves as our long-term goal, the direction that we want, obviously, to reach. But there is another and more realistic goal in this petition that we relaunch, and it's closer and possible sooner, to recognize living will across borders, so your wishes, our wishes, are respected anywhere in Europe. And this is not impossible, because Europe has already done similar things. It recognized, for instance, medical prescription with an European directive across borders. So a prescription from one country can be used now in another in Europe. And during the pandemic, it created the Green Pass, a single European certificate accepted everywhere. So if Europe, we think, can do this for prescription and for the Green Pass, it can do for sure also for living wills. And this will be the subject of our study in the coming month, to understand how to shape the requests and where to focus our energy. We are also asking the European Union for one more thing, our method, European Citizen Assembly to debate the right to die with dignity. And this is very quickly our goals with this petition. And so far, we collected almost 8,000 signatures in this without any strong communication yet. For the moment, the campaign has been launched 2 weeks ago in Barcelona, and only among the association, so I mean directly between the organization in the coalition, and we have not yet involved anyone, not even all of our members, and almost all these signatures come from the Netherlands, and more than 90%, so it's a very good result. And the rest are spread across Ireland, Iceland, the UK, Belgium, France, Germany, and other few countries. So this number comes for a very small, but it's a quite start. And yeah, we are now waiting also for the results. In France, a decision is expecting on July 15 about ending life in France, and it's it's a country that is very close to changing its law. And when that happen, and we hope that that will be happen, it will be a strong signal for all Europe. So that's our plan until September. These will be weeks for preparation and for study. And from September, we will update you on the campaign strategy and start again from here, from Brussels and from all Europe. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alice. And if I may remark, I do believe that this campaign has a great potential for us to support the internationalization of the movement. As Alice was remarking, most signatures were gathered outside of Italy, which is, as you know, our strongest constituency. And of course, if we are able to build that first capital, let's say first political capital, then probably we will be able to do something great in this. Anyway. After these few updates, there will be time for Q&A at the end of the meeting. I will ask you still for some patience because we still went a bit longer than expected. But I would like to focus now on the new tool. In fact, the new couple of tools for Eumans community management. Let me provide you with a very short explanation of why we ended up deciding for Discord and what we did on Discord, and then I'll leave the floor to Gabriele to show you the platform itself, to show you what it will be your citizen journey on the platform, and to better understand what you will see once you join the Eumans Discord server. As Marco was mentioning at the very beginning of the call, creating a tool for a potentially pan-European community of activists is indeed a challenge. And it is a challenge not only because it's difficult to connect people that come from different political cultures and have different levels of digitalization. The challenge is what makes Eumans exceptional compared to other organizations. We believe that what makes Eumans exceptional is the ability to both connect citizens all over Europe, to speak about politics in the language they prefer. Tonight we're holding this meeting in English because, of course, it's a lingua franca. But potentially, all of us should be able to discuss politics in their own native language with other citizens all over Europe. But at the same time, our strength is also the ability to mobilize citizens at the local level. Therefore, our answer to this has been twofold. The main platform for debating, for connecting all of us, regardless where we are in Europe, and to politics and work for the movement, will be Discord. And Gabriele will show you how we set up Discord in order to make this possible. However, we also realized that in order to keep engaged at the local level, or just to organize local events, to get to know each other whenever you live in the same city. And again, the point is living in the same city, not speaking the same language or being part of a national chapter. We also decided to set up a, how can I say, functional community on WhatsApp in order to keep in contact with each other. This is just for the local activities. That said, I think that everything will become clearer once you start seeing what Gabriele has for you. So, Gabriele, I saw that you joined the call, and I guess that you have to share the screen. So, let me turn you into co-host, Sur. But first, I would ask you to switch on the camera if you can.
Yeah, sure. No,
Hello.
it's already switched on. Hello. So I'm gonna I'm gonna send a request to
No. I
share the
already made
screen.
you. I already made you
Okay,
co-host.
perfect. So, hello everyone. Thank you, Francesco. Thanks to everyone who has spoken until now. I am Gabriele, and I'm a member of the Humans team. And today I will be showcasing you the, let's say, alpha version of the Discord human server, which we've been setting up now like for some months. And we think we just arrived to the final version of it. We've been trying to unite the concept of something, the most user-friendly experience with the best structure to let us work in the best way in Humans. So I created a new account for Discord in order to show you exactly what a new user sees upon entering the server. Let's say you just received a link to join the server. This is the first thing that you see. First of all, we are here in the announcement section. This section here is mainly used by the Humans team to send you updates about the community, about Humans itself. The bot will be sending also some new links from YouTube in case you want to see, for example, our webinars, the meetings which we've been recording, or the events that we've been also recording. The first room where you need to land is rule start here, this one here. And here you'll be introduced to, of course, the server's rules, because every digital space has its own rules, its own way of behaving in a way. And here at first you have a brief presentation of the server, a brief also presentation of the channels, and also of the categories dedicated to the specific campaigns which just presented in the last minutes. The second room is about us. It's just a generic room where basically you can have a little insight on what Humans is, what's the Pan-European movement, and if you want here, you've got a link to go to yeah, exactly, Discord server, our website, if you want to subscribe or just read our newsletter. You've got also the introduction sections. The introduction section is dedicated to just present yourself, tell something about yourself. It's the first area of engagement between users in the server. Don't be afraid. If you want, you can also not send a picture. It's the same. It's just a place where you can get to say hi. Also, to end with the introduction section, we've got the Help Me room. This room is dedicated to any member who's got any problem, if you got any issue with using the server, if you can't find something, if you need a role, if you're interested into joining a campaign, this is the best place you can reach us to. Or if you want, you can also text us at community@humans.eu. And that's it for the main introduction section, which is also the main section. Let's go to the general discussion one, which you see here. You've got 4 rooms. You've got the main chat, which is of course in English, the lingua franca of Humans. And this chat has both an informal and a formal register. So I recommend to always let others chat. Never chat too much. Don't cause flame or something. It's basically the first level space we've got to speak between like all the activists all around Europe. You've got also some chats in Italian, in French, and also in Spanish. As we know, the community is getting an enlargement. And of course, you've got these areas which are dedicated to our campaigns. The two main campaigns of Eumans right now are Civic AI and the International Criminal Court. Therefore, as you can see here, we've got two main area, like the two specific categories for them, as we've already got the teams working on them, and here you can also get engaged on the general chats or the announcements if you want to read something more about them. And to close, we've got also other campaigns: intensive farming, carbon pricing, abortion, and euthanasia, which are just spaces where you can discuss or ask questions about the campaigns. So this is the main like until this is the alpha version of our server, and we of course hope that you have the best experience possible on it, and we also hope that it's going to be good space for us to build and enrich this humans community to work together on the campaigns, and let's hope this becomes let's say a new chapter on digital spaces used for political engagement. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Gabriele. Just a couple of things to add on what you just mentioned. Of course, this is what you see as a first user coming. In fact, some of the channels have other groups that are mostly dedicated to activists that are more involved in the campaigns and that are part of specific working groups. But I mean, for someone who just joins the server, this is not so important to know. But the moment you want to activate more, we will also have our operational conversations on the Discord platform. That is also possible, even though you don't see it now. The second part, as I mentioned, is the WhatsApp community. It's in fact extremely easy as a concept. We created a few group chats with activists that we know are based in specific cities, for example, Milan, Madrid, Brussels, Paris, Rennes, of course, other Italian cities as well. The idea is whenever we realize that we have some more activists in other cities to create another local group chat. The link to the community will always be the same, so people can get access to the whole community and in case it's needed, receive communication from broadcast channels and then join the specific local group of the city they are based or of the city that is the closest to where they are based. All of this, if now you see it, spread it. So Gabriele showed you the Discord platform when speaking of the WhatsApp community. In fact, we are also setting up a menu in the main website of Eumans where you can leave your contacts, meaning first name, family name, email, city where you're based. And then you will receive all the information needed to join the Discord platform and the WhatsApp community. And that would be, let's say, our way of gathering even new contacts, even new people whenever we go around for physical events. So again, let's say that this is the bottom aspect of how we want to engage with people and keep them engaged within Eumans. I think that we already provided you with a lot of information. I don't know if my colleagues would like to add anything on top of what was already showed, but otherwise, especially Fred, who I know has joined the call and who has helped us leading the community management process in the last few months. But otherwise, I would like to open the floor for Q&A, especially because I guess that we provided you with a lot of information. Probably you need some clarifications of some. I don't know, Fred, if you wanted to say something. Otherwise, open the floor to the others.
Hello, everyone. No, just
Hello.
to say ciao to everyone. As Francesco said, I'm helping humans in building our community, I can say, because in the last month I worked with the human board and the more activists that are more involved in human processes. I feel very just feel very warm, and also I make new friends, I can say. So well, to build a community, we need the help, of course, of everyone. We saw today the Disco platform that is important to start to populate and to start to use as a working platform. So I hope that Eumans, with which I share a lot of political vision and values, can grow a lot in the next month and years. I see that there is a good base. So let's go and good luck for everything that we can do together.
Thank you very much again, Fred. In fact, what I forgot to mention is that Fred also helped us recruit a little group of activists to support the onboarding of new people on the Discord platform. So normally, Fred will ensure that there are the right materials to be shared for anyone who needs support. As Gabriele said, there is already support and a help desk channel, let's say, within the platform. But in general, we are ensuring that there is always a lot of human beings behind the specific digital platform. So the platform is just a place to stay. It of course makes it easier for us to communicate with all of you and to connect the dots. But at the same time, you will not just be left on a platform. The point is from ensuring that there are other humans answering and that you are constantly in touch with other members of the group. That said, I then open the floor to the Q&A. Is there anyone who has been completely, whose mind has been completely messed up by our presentation because we said too much? Is it everything clear? Do you have any doubts? Do you have any remarks? Please let us know. And don't be shy. Okay, Fred.
Okay, sorry. I raised my hand again just to break the ice and start this free time conversation. I just forgot to mention that in this work with you, with Eumans, I'm also trying to figure out like the structure of the organization of Eumans. So I'm not talking about the different campaigns that Lorenzo or Alice or Francesco already mentioned, but the structure of the organization. So as you can see, we have a board with Marco, Francesco, Alice, and other members. But we are trying also to start to work with specific groups that are, for example, communication, that now is led by Biquet, organization that is helping with me with the communication specifically. And then we are also beginning to work with onboarding group, communication group, and I will say tech group, that are groups that, as the names can suggest, work on the first contact with the new activists. We work with the onboarding one. The community group we work with, for example, local events and helping to manage the local communities, and also helping to create, as I'm doing, the world community of Eumans. And the tech group, that is the one who work, for example, who help, for example, in of course, technical issues or technical work, for example, with the website or the Discord or other stuff. So I just launched a call. If someone is interested in some of these groups, just I don't know, or open your mic and just speak or text in the chat.
Yeah, thank you for remarking that. In fact, we will, of course, provide the contacts to reach out to in a follow-up email to this meeting. So you will, of course, have the chance to see where you have to drop an email or drop a text if you want to be more involved. But of course, we also encourage you to take the floor now and say, if you're already extremely excited about what you said, and say, yes, here I am, I want to. Any question, doubts, remarks? I guess it means that we have been extremely clear, that there are no major issues. Okay, Barbara, please.
Hello to to everybody. Okay, my question concerns Discord. I think it has great potential in, as you said, creating connections between activists from all over Europe. On the other hand, I think, as we were discussing one day with Fred, that it is important to issue a sort of manual, handbook for the right use to enter Discord and to know what to do to get the hang of it. Because I am talking from the point of view of a person who is the opposite of a nerd. And so I am really shy when I open Discord and I don't know where to go. I would like to say things, but I'm a bit shy and not exactly know my way. Thank you.
Well, Gabriele has the right answer to the question, so I will leave the floor
Yes,
to you.
and the answer itself is, in fact, a guide which we are creating and will soon publish as soon as it's finished on PDF format or whatever else we can get, where basically you will have a perfect guide on how to use the server, how to use Discord, how to register on the server, and also use other functionalities if you're a member of the server staff. I think that's gonna help.
And as I mentioned earlier, in fact, with Gabriele, we're working also on some tutorials, like short videos to showcase how to navigate a specific server, what to do, where to write, maybe also example on how to write text in Discord, what is the netiquette of Discord, and so on and so forth. So of course, all these onboarding materials will be provided to you. And as I mentioned earlier, there will be teams of activists supporting the onboarding in case it's needed. And the help desk will always be open for questions. And in case you need some specific support, the help desk is exactly there to help you. I see that Stefan has raised his hand, but first, when Claudio Bruni is asking when the guide, let's say as soon as possible, most likely before the summer, so before August. But in any case, in the next couple of weeks, everything should be set up. And Stefano, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. On Discord platform, I know very well it's a very powerful tool for community building, but I'm not so convinced. But I would like then maybe Gabriele elaborate more on that. I'm not so convinced that dividing the discussion by language is a good idea to building community. I mean that an Italian could be attract more to discuss in Italian, a French in French, a Spaniard in Spanish. But in this case, we shouldn't run. We could run the risk to not to know what the other Eumans member are discussing about. So I don't know if this issue was considered in when providing this alpha version, but in my opinion, could be a bit risky in having in mind this aim of building community. Thank you
very much for that, Stefan. No, thank you very much for the question, Stefan. And of course, it was considered. Let's say that it's always a problem when you try to create a pan-European movement, because of course people would like to discuss politics with people from completely different backgrounds and cultures and languages. Yet sometimes the language is a barrier, and therefore, if we would push for just having discussions in English, that would be perceived as a language barrier too. And of course, we will lose people that are interested in the idea, that would like to do a lot at the local level, but don't have the capacity to just run a conversation in English, which doesn't mean that they are not able to speak other languages. Maybe they learned other languages in their life, but maybe they don't have the same mastery of English that they have of other languages. That was the idea of having channels or discussion in the language, which doesn't mean we split the conversation. It just means that we let people discuss politics as they wish. And of course, there will always be a moderation team that checks and ensures that the relevant political points are discussed with everyone in the right places with the right methods. At the same time, I mean, it's of course trial and error, so we'll see how it goes. The English channel is always there for those who would like to speak with possibly everyone in the movement, and the distinctions between the different channels are not rigid. If you're Italian, you can of course check all the channels that are speaking in the languages that you know. So you can also intervene in discussions in French or in Spanish or in English if you would like to, and possibly at some point in German and so on and so forth. Of course, your concern is more than valid, and it will be the work of our moderation team to ensure that nothing gets lost just because there are language barriers or the conversation risks to be scattered.
Yes, sorry to. I would add that we should overtake this issue, applying a sort of AI tool that sum up all the most interesting point arising from the different conversation in different languages, and to sum up it within our lingua franca, that is English, of course.
My point on this, and then I leave the floor to Gabriele, is of course there could be an idea. I'm quite supportive of that. The only problem is that at the time being, we don't even have the data of the conversations. So the moment we will have the data of the conversations, then of course we can implement other tools. And I would say, let's see how it goes in the first few months. Let's see how much engagement we get, and then of course we can consider to make everything as smooth as possible with every tool that's possible. Okay, Gabriele.
No, I just wanted to say that, like, I am also very supportive on the idea, but the problem is that, first of all, we need to think of Discord as a working space and a place which has its own technical limitations. Discord was born as a platform for gaming, which only later became a center also for other types of communities. We are not the first political community which goes on Discord. There is already a very big, probably the biggest server I've ever seen, which is the Vault Discord server. And they have already been doing a great job with it. Regarding your proposal, yeah, I think it would be nice to add it. We just gotta check if there is the technical possibility of doing it. But as they say in Italian, I don't know if they got this in English. Don't put the chariot like il carro davanti ai buoi. I don't know how you call. I just say. Do you say it? But like, I think we shouldn't go too fast with expectations on the platform, and focus on trying to at first build what we've already got, and try to use it the best way we can. If then we see the condition, we see that we have the conditions to implement such an instrument, I'm all for it. But I think we'll have to go to see also what Discord will have to will offer us in a way. Hope this helps.
Thank you, Gabriele, for the answer. I saw that also Barbara raised her hand, if you would like to jump in and add something.
No, actually, I was saying I was supporting the idea that Stefano was just mentioning of AI tool able to summarize the whole different conversations in the different channels. That was all.
Yes, no, again, the only limitation you see is whether there is a possibility of embedding an existing tool into Discord, or we need to find different ways to do it just natively within the platform. And as Gabriel was saying, this needs some study. But anyway, another thing that we can do is whenever we really want to have a participatory process that is international, that gathers everyone, in that case, I mean, Discord would not be enough, so we'll have to use a different platform, maybe one of the platforms that we're in touch with through the Civic Artificial Intelligence campaign. In that case, I know that there are already plenty of tools that are doing a very good job in translating and summarizing discussions, even though they come in different languages. But of course, thank you for the remark. That's an important thing to keep in mind during these first phases of experimentation with the Discord platform. Okay, any other questions, doubts, any other remarks? Anyone else who would like to just say hi? Does anyone think about this? Okay, in that case, then I would thank you all for participating to the meeting. I will of course thank Gabriele and Fred for their work on the community management platform, but I would also like to thank Alice, Lorenzo, Marco, everyone who has preceded me today. As you see, very good news about Eumans. We are starting to get more international. We're starting to get pan-European, and we are extremely excited to see what you, now the activists, will manage to do now that you're provided with the right space to share your ideas and to activate. And that said, always keep in mind that me, Alice, Lorenzo, Marco as well, we are always there for questions if you need, and we are constantly coordinating with Fred and the other people behind the platforms in order to ensure smooth communication between all of us. Thank you again. Bye. Have a good evening.
Bye. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.